Am I audible now? Please, am I? Yes, please let me. Please or not, please. Please or not, please. Let me know. Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible or not, guys? Please let me know. Am I audible or not, you guys? Please let me know now. Am I audible or not now? Am I audible or not, guys? Please let me know. Am I audible or not? Okay. Now let's begin with the twin verses of the Dhammapada. The first verse is, all that we are is the result of thought, what we have thought. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. Hmm. Suppose maybe in our school days or any period of our time, if a boy or a girl thinks like that person is this gender and that gender, either female or male, if that person continuously thinks about that I am that gender, if I'm female, I should behave in a certain way that should resemble to female qualities, and the girl, and she becomes girl then instantly, and then she thinks in a way which is which aligns with the quality of the girls. Some people say feminine energy. Actually it is not feminine or anything. We are actually are human beings only. So if I think I'm a girl, I will behave in a girl way, and similar things happens to the boys also. If I think myself as the male man, then this certain kind of psychological domination comes for the other gender. If I consider myself all the time as boy and male, then I have the right to dominate the woman, either in office or any other places, in college or school. So this kind of if I think what I, there's a chance of I will become that. For example, if I think in a logical way, a rational way, then I will become rational. If I think in a very, if I hate someone, if I hate anything, I become that hate. And also, if I hmm, if I desire for any position or anything, then I become that that desire. Suppose if a person seeks continuous success of in business or in the places or money, at the end of the day he becomes money. He becomes the money, and money possesses him. He doesn't possess the money. Money possesses him. So here Buddha says all that we are is the result of what we have thought or what we think. It is founded on our thoughts. Thoughts, like thoughts is as you know, it works on a background, and the background which is memory. I can say my name as Ravi Kanth because I have my past as my mother and parent, father named me as and gave me some particular name. and thousands of people called me from that name, and so I consider myself as a Ravi Kanth. And in another way, and many people, my parents, told me that you are a male, so I behave in a certain way that corresponds or aligns with the male qualities. So, and I will wear the male clothes also. So, all my thought is based on memory, memory which is called from the conditioning of my from childhood. To be said, again, I will take reference from that. Uh, if my parents, if I get birth, in a Hindu family, so I will do all the kinds which is resembles to Hindu culture and traditions. If I born in Islam, then I will do some other things also. So whatever we think, whatever we do is purely based on conditioning which is called past. To be said once again, suppose take an example of Christians. They have some conditioning called Jesus will come again, and there is the resurrection day, and there are also some other odd qualities like conversion, these things. You cannot sit behind, some Abrahamic religions people and talk very decently, nicely. They will definitely will try to convert you to that religion because whatever they have got from the childhood is some kind of conditioning. Conditioning which is called to convert people, to get them into the religion so that you may also get heaven. And if you don't come to religion, then you will definitely go to hell. This is conditioning they get from their childhood, and again they repeat it. And the repetition is called thought. Where Buddha says, whatever we are, it is solely founded on our thoughts. It is made our thoughts. If a man speaks or acts with an evil thought, pain follows him. Okay, let me now say, if a man speaks or acts, uh, if I have some grudges, hate or anger towards a person because that person told me some bad things, abused me, scolded me. So if I, if I say some bad things to a person, then first things comes to my mind is that I feel some kind of uh, uncomfort, uneasy. So Buddha says, if a man speaks or acts with the evil thought, pain follows him. And when I say something to any person with anger, with any hate, intent to hurt people, then in a subtle way there is a subtle anyone can feel it. The subtle way of some kind of discomfort in the chest area, like we feel some kind of discomfort. If I get angry now, my breath becomes very fast. I breathe very fast. So these are the subtle ways. So Buddha says, if a man speaks or acts with an evil thought, pain follows him. Pain follows him what? His body organs, acts in a certain way which is not aligns with his personality. Many toxic chemicals released in the body, adrenal, cortisols, all the chemicals are released in the body, and these are called stress hormones. What the stress hormones does, as well, it gives stress, dark circles, the cheeks get this kind of thing, like they become thin, and the jaws can be seen, eyes turn very violent without any love. So this kind of if a man thinks or acts with an evil or anger, that person definitely will pain will follow that person. As the wheel of the foot or ox that draws the carriage. As you know the bullock cart, the bullock, the bullock, walks, it draws wheel. So in a simple way, the bull is nothing but our action, our thinking. If we have thinking like an ox or a bull, then wheel is like pain or happiness. If we do some good things with a good heart, then definitely happiness will follow. It's a simple thing. So again, going to the next verse, he abused me, he beat me, he defeated me, he robbed me. In those who harbor such thoughts, hatred will never cease. Hmm. You might be familiar in the school that teachers often beat students because they think that student is not going in progress much well in his academics, in his schools, or in many places in family also. The parents also scold the children. The Buddha says he abused me, He beat me, he defeated me, he abused me. Parents abuse the children a lot of times. In the school, also teachers do that. So, meanwhile we grow, these things keeps on changing. He beat me, teachers beat me, he defeated me. We have a lot of games of them. While we play the games, we often encounter such thing as he lost, he won. So when a person thinks that I was defeated, he defeated me, I was defeated. Uh, when when a person harbors such thoughts, hatred will never cease. This means I should not, I should not, think in a way that he defeated me, he scolded me, he abused me, he done like this and done like this. If you continue to think like this, then definitely pain will follow us like a bullock cart and wheel. He abused me, he beat me, he defeated me, he robbed me. In those who do not harbor such thoughts, hatred will definitely cease. Hatred and all the evil things from his mind will definitely go. This is the Buddha's teachings. And suppose, our parents often, lot of times scold us. But if I keep on crazy that my mother, scolded me, father scolded me, my brother scolded me. If I harbor such thoughts in ourselves, then definitely we will not have a suitable relationship with them. Definitely, all the time, what we will recall is that what they have said, how they hurt us, how hurt us. When we continue to harbor such thoughts, definitely hatred will never end. There will be only hatred. The mother to daughter, daughter to father, all the relationship will be based on hate and anger, not the love. Hmm. There is very famous verse of the Buddha here in Dhammapada, which is enchanted by a lot of people. Hatred does not cease by hatred. For hatred does not cease by hatred at any time. Hatred ceases by love. This is an old rule. Here, last word the Buddha says, "Ais dhammo sanantano," which means this is the love, the love of religion is the eternal. It's called as Dhammo Sanantano. Anger doesn't cease by anger, doesn't end by anger. Neither hate ends by hate. Hate only ends by love. This is the eternal law. In Pali language, this verse is called as Ais Dhammo Sanantano. And now, again, next verse. The world does not know what we must all come to an end here. The world does not know that we must all come to an end here. But those who know it, they quarrel cease at once. You know, when you have seen that very old person, when he becomes very old, like 80s, 70s, he becomes very ugly. That person, either female or male, they turn very ugly because throughout their career, from the young age to the old age, they never thought of the death at a moment. Whenever thought of the death came into their mind, they they were afraid. They went into some other places. They went to pilgrimage. They started doing spiritual practices out of the death of the fear, and they never thought of it. If you ever ask them about what is death, how do you talk about the death, then definitely they will run away. The Buddha says, the world does not know what we must all come to an end here. But those who know it, their quarrels is at once. Hmm. Have you inquired when a death comes, it doesn't ask your permission. Like, okay, if you have this much of you look beautiful, I will I will come tomorrow, and if you're ugly, I will just take you today. It doesn't ask permission. Either you're beautiful, rich, poor, powerful, weak, talented, dull, intelligent, stupid. No, it doesn't differentiate between any of this kind. When it comes, it takes on the spot. So, here the Buddha is saying the quarrels like just I have said about, I am rich, I'm poor, I'm female, I'm male, uh, he is my this, I am his this. So, when death comes, you have to leave all these things on this earth and you should go alone when death comes. It doesn't ask for permission. So, can you just by thinking like that, okay, I will not be taking all these things which I have collected for now about me myself. Can I drop it all psychologically? You cannot just drop your body. You have to take care of it till you die. But still, can you just drop your attachment to the body so that while death is near, you won't be worried about. You won't be worried about, okay, this is my body, how I was beautiful, I have my children like this, okay, I have my properties, I have much money, I'm weak, I'm unintelligent, I'm average person, I'm below average looking guy. So when death comes, it doesn't ask for all these things. It takes you on the spot. So this quarrel ceases when the person understands that, okay, when death comes, I'm not ready. So getting ready for the death means, ending your all attachments on this earth before the death comes, so that when death comes, you go with empty hand. Okay, there is, book in Hinduism which is called Kathopanishad. In that Kathopanishad, there is a boy called Nachiketa and Yama. And Nachiketa had a father who was actually doing some kind of sacrificial things as he was a Brahmin. So one day he was doing some kind of rituals in the home. So when, guys, please let me know, am I audible properly or not? Please let me know. Am I audible or not? Properly audible or not, or having any disturbance, or I'm having, lower voice quality, please let me know. Okay. Okay. So in that Upanishad, his father, was performing rituals. In the ritual, in the every 5 years, whatever that Brahmins collected had to be given, done charity. Whatever he has collected, either cows or anything, he had to be, donated to that, to the poor. So when the Nachiketa saw that, okay, his father was doing something that he saw very odd things, rituals. He was, doubtful about rituals that his father's performing, either it will bring any benefit to them. So once, he came to his father and asked him, Father, you are doing all this charity and giving cows, money to the poor. Whom you are going to give to me? To whom you are going to give me? The father has first thought, okay, just sit down there. I will do serious things. I will tell you later. Then again, the Chiketa, repeatedly for a lot of times he asked him, wow, to whom you are going to give me? At the end, out of frustration, anger, he says, I will give it to you death. Then, as he was said, that time, he was doing charity. So whatever he says, he have to be accomplish that. He could not say like, I will not do this. But so Nachiketa went to, Nachiketa went to death. So while upon, going to the death, death was not present there. Death was not present there for 3 days almost, which means, Buddha says here, when you end all your attachments here on this earth, like you have collected a lot of things about yourself, that your ideas about yourself, that I'm female, male, I'm this, I have this height, I'm short, I'm below average, I don't look good, I'm ugly, I'm my character is bad, my character is good. All this stuff, mental things, you have to drop it here on the earth. So once upon when you drop all these things, then there is no death. As said in the Katha Upanishad, when Nachiketa went to death, there was no death. So here Buddha saying the quarrels is at once, once you end those quarrels from your mind, then definitely you will not see any death. Body, I don't know, but you will be, when death comes, you will not, like paining, crying. You will be happy again that, because that time you know that what I have collected, I have just dropped them all. I'm happy. So, next verse from the twin verses. He who lives looking for pleasure only, his senses uncontrolled, immoderate in his food, idle, weak, the tempter, the Maya, will certainly overthrow him as the vine throws it down a very weak tree. So, he who looks for pleasures only in his life. Yeah, pleasure means lot of things. Whatever we do in our daily life, from the waking to the sleeping time, whatever we do it for only pleasures and not for happiness. Haven't you encountered? Okay, we kill animals for appetite. For what appetite? For getting pleasure of tongue taste, uh, these things. And some people call it as, if you will get lot of proteins from animals. So these people actually don't know about the much about the chemistry of the organic chemistry of the proteins. What are the proteins? They don't even ask. These are peptide chain amino acids. So they keep on glorifying these idiotic things. And when the people says we have by eating it we will get a lot of proteins. These people are funded by the animal killing industries. They fund them so that their so that products, their animals meat can be sold to masses. So I'm talking about so when pleasures, when we kill animals for our pleasures, tongue pleasure, and eye pleasures are also there, like uh, doing buying lot of branded clothes. Actually the branded is the branded thing is a marketing trap introduced to sell their product. Okay, but actually the clothes are to cover the body from the weather conditions in winter, summer, or rainy season. It was designed to cover the body at the initial stages. But later on times, cloth was, it took a wrong direction. Now people don't wear it to cover their body for simple reason to stay, warm or cold. But today they wear clothes to show off their body. This is, this is a pleasure. This is a pleasure. He who lives looking for pleasures only. His senses uncontrolled. Senses uncontrolled means, suppose there is an animal, innocent animal, who has a similar kind of emotions as me. All the animals on the earth, they get some kind of fear in their heart. They also feel isolated, when their, partner or their, anyone from the, family dies, they also feel, lonely, depressed, anxious. Haven't you heard some dogs, cry at the night, like some odd stuff. And our ancestors, they say they might be seen ghost, but actually it is not ghost. They are calling somewhere they love, that they have lost. Many animals cry like that for dogs in night, and they cry a lot. Some people say they have seen ghost. No, their partners or anyone from their community died in accident, and now they are feeling very lonely, depressed, anxious. So they are calling them back. Please come into life. Let's play again. But it is not possible. Ah, so when uncontrolled, senses uncontrolled, still animals have the same kind of feelings as we have. They go through similar kind of anxiety, depression, fear, happiness, joy. When they see their very loving person, their lovely person, they also feel happiness. Having to see dogs and their owner. When the dogs sees his owner, they go on jumping on their they keep on their paws on their chest. The dogs, it happens with the cats also. Whenever they see their owner, they also keep on jumping on them. They play with them. The dogs have a similar kind of feelings as a human being have. But but we kill, even the gods, even the chickens have the similar feelings as we have. Whenever they see their owner, their loving partner, their children, they also feel elated. They also feel very joyous. But for our senses, for appetites, we kill them for eating without any thinking. Like they have also life like me, feelings, emotions as me. Still we kill them and eat them without any thought. So immoderating is food. Some people, if uh, haven't you seen that? Okay, some people eat lot of foods. They proudly call them as a foodie. What the foodie means? You have a stomach, and the stomach is for eating a good food, nutritious food, not uh, collecting random things in the stomach. That's why a lot of people are getting cancerous things, and a lot of disease over there, because stomach is it for digestion, not for collecting lot of trash over here. If you keep on eating uncontrolled, then definitely we'll have problems. Immortal is food. Idle means idle here doesn't mean sitting at alone. Idle means here when a person has talent. Some people have natural talent, and they use it. Suppose you have seen a person far very clever in the mathematics calculation, scientific science, or any commerce, any other stream. He has a natural gift from the nature, but that person uses that talent to dominate others, to make others feel weak, to make others feel some kind of very odd, compared. So here says that person is idle because he is misusing his gift got from the nature. Now he is using that gift for self purpose, self interest purpose, to accomplish his own goals. That is Buddha is calling idle person. Weak. Weak means here if a person has that kind of thinking, logical thing, still he doesn't think about society. He doesn't think about if I do these things, what will be the example in the society that he is going to follow, the future generation is going to follow. All that stuff is a big person. When the person does for its self-interest, it should benefit only to me. That makes a person weak, psychologically weak. Here Buddha is not saying physical weakness. He is saying about the psychological weakness when a person has. He had the chance to make the society good, but still he does tries to accomplish his personal interest. That is called Buddha is called weak. When the Mara, or you can say Maya, certainly overthrow him as the vine throws it down weak tree. So here, when he does all the self-centered activity kind of things, definitely death will show his true face. When death comes, he had to he would be crying a lot. So Buddha says definitely that death will certainly overthrow him as a vine throws it down a tree. He will be terribly afraid of death that time. So the Buddha says, psychologically one should be strong enough, and not to be self-centered active, do self-centered activities. I should get success. I should, I should get first, and all these kinds of mental quarrels. Hmm. And second verse, he who lives without looking for pleasures, his senses well controlled, moderate in his food, faithful and strong psychologically, and him the Maya will certainly not overthrow, any more than the vine throws a very rocky, huge mountain. Hmm. Huh. He who wishes to put on the yellow dress without having okay. He who wishes to put on the yellow dress without having cleansed himself from the same, who disregards temperance to is unworthy of yellow dress. So here Buddha says, he who wishes to put on yellow dress without having cleansed himself from sin. Suppose. Huh. Suppose now, haven't you seen any person, any sannyasi, they roam over the street and they ask money. So Buddha is saying to them that if you wish to put on yellow dress without cleansing yourself from the sin, a lot of the saffron colored guys, do random shit things, in the name of religion to control the masses. So Buddha is saying who disregards the what truth is. Truth is not about, I don't know what the truth, but I can say from my interpretation, it might be wrong or I don't know. But truth is, the Krishnamurti says truth is a pathless land, which means, there is no definition for truth. But still, I can say truth in a very daily thing. What I am doing, why I am living my life, either for pleasure or for betterment, for happiness. So, pleasure cannot be happiness, and happiness cannot be pleasure. So, why I'm living this life, living today, either for pleasure or happiness. If you live for pleasure, definitely in the pleasure itself there is a fear, anxiety, depression, all the kinds of stuff in the pleasure. But in happiness there is nothing. It is itself is a happiness alone. So here Buddha says, who disregards the temperament and truth is unworthy of undress, yellow dress. Huh. But who has cleansed himself from the sin, is well grounded on virtues, regards also temperaments and truth, he indeed worthy of yellow dress. So here says, who has, dropped all the agitations of the mind, like fear, anxiety, anger issues, depression, frustration, comparison, competition, success, failure. I should become like this. I'm like this. I'm below average. I'm above average. I'm not good looking. There is no bright future for me. I will be failure. My neighbors' kids are doing well. I'm not doing well. You have to drop all these things. Then you are worthy of saffron colors. Means it's just a symbolic, but it's saying if you drop all your mental agitation, then definitely you will have a very clear mind, so that you would be not deceptive to others. You will not get any deception from others. They who imagine truth in untruth, see untruth in truth, never arrive at truth, but follow vain desires. They who imagine truth in untruth. Happen to see that, okay, some hmm, we think daily life, competing others is a part of life, dominating others is a part of life, cheating others is a part of life, success is a part of life, failure is a part of life. So when we accept them as truth, here Buddha says, they who imagine truth in untruth, truth in untruth. When we see things again, these things, when we see these things are right and good, doing all those stuff which actually hurts the people. Buddha says, but the people who say that, okay, these are the true things, good things, and see untruth in truth, and when see that, okay, we should drop all the agitation, mental agitation before the death comes. When they say these things are random shit, don't they don't benefit anyone. If you talk like this, if you talk spiritual things, it's good for but in a daily life it is not workable. When a people say like this, they will never arrive at mental pleasure, mental peace and happiness, but these people repeatedly follow vain desires. They get trouble, they get cheated, they get hurts by words and gestures, they got beaten, dominated, crying. These people do, but because they have imagined the truth in untruth. Truth in what? The way they are living. They are living, in a way. They are thinking, getting married is success. Getting huge things is success. Getting married at an early age is success. Having good income is success. So when they say truth in this untruth things and untruth in truth, when they say that, okay, I should not be hurting anyone, I should not, I should make my relationship very qualityful. When the people don't think like this, they follow a vain life, useless life. Buddha says. Hmm. As rain, now second again verse, as rain breaks through an ill-hatched house, as a rain breaks through an ill-thatched house, passion will break through an unreflecting mind. So here Buddha says, and rain breaks through the hatched house. How it is, there is a house, thatched, mud house. When rain comes, it totally gets, it breaks down. The thatched house will break down when rain comes. In a similar way, when a person, listens to something very beautiful, like, if they read Bhagavad Gita, Dhammapada, or Upanishads, or anything, but when they don't reflect to it, they only listen to it and go, but they reflect to what they have been said. And for them, Buddha says, life will break through an unreflecting mind. The life will definitely break them if they don't reflect what they have heard in these books. So haven't you seen, many people, the teachers, for example, to be taken, teachers, they say a lot of things, to students. You should be like this, you should behave like this, otherwise you will get that. But once upon reflecting for themselves, they don't do this. They say you should not hurt others, you should not beat others, you should not dominate others. You know, but in opposite way, they do all kind of things that they do. They are saying don't to do. That's why now they get at the old age, no one talks to them, you know, because they were maintaining some kind of strict image of themselves, which had no value. The Buddha says here, life will break through an unreflecting mind. Life will definitely break them. And again, next verse. As rain does not break through a well thatched house, a rain does not break through a well thatched house, passion will not break through an unreflecting mind. Suppose uh, if a person reflects what he has been reading, what he has been said, keeps on reflecting them. If something says drop all hesitations or the mental hesitations, if he if he definitely drops that mental hesitation, then definitely life will not break him, but will assist him to building his life. This is the beautifulness of the reflecting what you have been saying. Suppose if I don't reflect what I'm saying, then definitely I will be suffering from anxiety, depressions, all that stuff. But if I keep on reflecting what I've been saying in the Buddhism, the Buddha, then I will know no one can affect me. To be for example, to be taken, uh, suppose there is an issue dowry in our India, out of there. Uh, and imagine I'm a girl, and I know that taking dowry and you know the gurus are taking money from my parents, which they have earned very hard from their age, and now a person who hasn't done anything in his life, who has achieved anything in his life, who has who doesn't have knowledge about the scriptures and all that stuff, comes one day and asks me, give me this much of gold, this much of money, this much of things of the domestic ones, give me fridge, all that stuff, and girls also gets ready for it. But I don't understand why should my parent, imagine I'm a girl, why should my parent should give them all that stuff they have earned for their future, which they have saved for their future. Whatever happens to them, who will take care of them? When I see that, okay, my parents are paying them, and also I'm getting married to them, still they're asking me money. When I when I see these things, I should reflect on, okay, what is the use of getting married when they're asking me money? So when a person has relationship between love, when the two couples are having relations with themselves with only love, between them only love, then there is no exchange of financial things, gold or money. But when the person, my husband, which I'm going to marry, when he doesn't have love in his heart, definitely he is going to ask money, because for him love is not important, money is important, image is important, success is important, competition is important, all that stuff are important, not love. And without love, any relationship definitely going to be ruined. That's why you see now dowry killings, a girl is getting killed, committing suicides, drinking phenols, all that stuffs are happening because there is no love. In the place of love, they have money, competition, success, failure, lacking behind, properties. So these things are centered between their life, not the love. So when you going to marry, think at least for 1%, center of their life is love, or these things, money, gold, car, all that stuff. When they have centered their life around themselves, then definitely your life will become hell, living hell. It happening with many other girls, but you can also observe the people there. Hmm. Next. Hmm. The evildoer mourns in the world. Please let me know, am I audible to you or not, guys? Am I audible to you, no, guys? Please let me know. Okay. Now let me go to the next verse. The evildoer mounts in this world and he mounts in the next. The evildoer mounts in the world and he also mounts in the next. He mounts in both. He mounts and suffers when he sees the evil of his own work. Hmm. Okay. This. Ah. Suppose I am, as I do my job in corporate, so I will say on my own view. If I am jealous of my, I'm jealous of my, employees, my office employees who is working with me. I'm jealous on him at my office, and I also be jealous in my home about my wife earning more than me or my brother who has a lot of property. So when I'm jealous of in that from that office and my home, my brother or anyone, I jealous in both the areas, in office, in the home. 24 hours I'm in the jealous. When I'm jealous, I continually get frustrated, I continually get anxiety, all that stuff I get. Here Buddha says the evildoer mounts in the world and also in the next. He mounts in both. Mounts and suffers when he sees the evil of his work. Am I audible, guys? Please let me know. No one is looking there, only 0% is viewing my life. Please let me know. Please, okay. No, got it. Now, the virtuous man delights in this world and delights in the next. He delights in both. He delights and rejoices when he sees the purity of his work. Suppose if I don't get jealous of anyone, if I don't do competition, if I don't fear of my future or anything, nor I have anxieties of my future, what I'm doing, nor I have anxieties about how I look, is my pimple on my face, or are my hairs falling, or my hairs turning gray color, my clothes are good not or not, is my teeth are not good, my nose is not good. So when these things do not you know do not rest in my mind and do not at my in my mind, then I delight in I delight every second. And from that, when I do work things, then that work brings happiness in my life. Again, I'm saying, when I don't being sad of my what I don't have. Suppose if my hairs are falling, my hairs are turning gray, my eyes don't look good, my nose look good, my chin, my lips, eyes, and my hand, I'm slim, I'm fat, I'm fair, I'm not fair, I'm ugly, I'm beautiful, I'm not looking good, I'm below average, I'm poor. So when the mental agitation, when you drop this all mental agitation, then you live in the delight, when you live in the happiness. And when you're happy, you do all the work that brings happiness itself. Hmm. Ah. The evildoer suffers in this world, he suffers in the next. He suffers in both. He suffers when he thinks of the evil he has done. He suffers more when he is going on the evil path. Okay, haven't you seen that when a person does very harmful thing, at the beginning, he has a lot of happiness. He kills animal, he dominates people, he tortures everyone. While doing tortures, he gets some kind of pleasure, while dominating, torturing people. This is the kind of pleasure they get, and they feel good when they do all those things, when they dominate weak people who doesn't have any voice, who doesn't have any strength by itself. So when they dominate these people, they get some kind of pleasure out of this. So when that person thinks that okay, I will, if I'm getting continuous pleasure and I'm getting continuous happiness, then I should continue to do it. But here Buddha says, huh, he thinks I will not suffer, but it is like shadow that follows him. Shadow is not immediately available, but it is there. The here Buddha says he suffers in this world and also tomorrow. He also suffers today, also tomorrow. But in subtle way, in a subtle way, when a person does some evil things, in a subtle way there is some kind of discomfort in our mind. He suffers when he thinks of the evil he has done. When after some time, his fruits of being, hurting people, uh, when he, when he, when he gets the fruits of what he has done, then, he then suffers. Then he cries, "What? I should have not done that." But that becomes very late. The Buddha says, a evil doer person suffers today and also suffers tomorrow. He suffers every day. He suffers when he thinks of the evil things he has done. He suffers more when he is going on the evil path. Hmm. Again says, the virtuous man is happy in this world and he is happy in the next world. He is happy in the both world. He is happy when he thinks of the good things he has done. He is still more happy when going on the good path. When I don't hurt people, when I don't get jealous, when I don't compete with the people, when I don't dominate, torture, jealous of the person, when I don't think the way my body doesn't look or look this, I should get more things. When all that mental quarrels, the person drops, then that person is more happy when going on that path of thinking. Mm. Okay. Mm. The next is a thoughtless man, even if he can recite a large portion of the scriptures, but is not a doer of it, has no share in the priesthood, but he is a coward counting the cause of others. The Buddha says the thoughtless person, even he can recite a large portion of the scriptures, but not reflect on it. Haven't you seen, a lot of people, recite their scriptures, books, lot of times, my scripture has this, the Gita has said this, Upanishads has said this, and they said this, but they don't reflect on it. Uh, there is a verse in the Gita, Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya, Paradharmo Bhayabha, which means my innate nature, a person's Swadharmo Nidhanam Shreya, a person's innate nature is, he should follow the innate nature. Innate nature means what he gets delight in it. And he copies someone out of the fear that I should be like that person. Because he's successful, I should be successful like him. If that actor is beautiful, I should be look beautiful like him so that I should get more than cosmetic products. I should get attention. When that bodybuilder has the body, I should be like that body. So when a person, gets on that path, thoughtless thing, even if that person, has read lot of books, still, it's like, counting the cause of others, counting the properties of others. The person is still poor, but he gets happiness by counting the appreciating the properties of others. Hmm. Uh, Now, again, coming to the third chapter, shloka. Hmm. This body will lie on the earth, despised without understanding, like a useless frog. So Buddha says this body will lie on the earth. Haven't you seen a person dies? That person body lies on the earth without any movement. Have you seen their face, that death face? How their face turns despised, helpless, weak. The body, sometimes that person before death, they were assuming that okay, I have I'm the greatest person, I'm the weakest person, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, I don't look good. Who will marry me? I'm going to marry you. So when the dead person had the similar kind of thoughts when he was alive, and that body lies on the earth without any movement, without any kind of things or motion, like useless log, useless thing, like having to see it doesn't have motion. It on the deathbed does nothing but stays at that place. Hmm. Whatever a hater may do to a hater or enemy to enemy, a wrongly directed mind will do us greater mischief. Hmm. So here Buddha says, a hater may do whatever the hater may do to a hater. Suppose if I hate you, you hate me, we are planning to kill each other every time. And suppose you are an enemy, I am an enemy, I will try maximum to make you, to bring you lot of losses in you. And also, a wrongly directed mind will do us greater mischief. If I don't understand my mind, my own mind, then definitely my mind will do a lot of bring lot of problems in me. If I don't understand my mind, my own mind, then definitely it will bring lot of losses, problems in my life. That's happening, when a person, when a young guy, teenage, when they don't understand themselves, what they do, out of out of the fear of being judged, they go to girls. Majority of the girls go to spa, do use cosmetics to eyes shading, coloring of the hair, nail polishing, I don't know, all that stuff, waxing of the hands. When a person don't understand anything, he does all the things, which brings fear in the mind. Especially, having to see girls, what they do all kind of stuff, other stuff, but keep mind aloof. All, it's like, some kind of, keeping dirtiness in the home, keeping the dirtiness in the home, ruined, bruised things, wastages, but we keep on painting the house from outside. But still, our house in the house, we get lot of odd smells, you know, unpleasant smell. Still, we don't pay attention to our house, what's in the house. The dirt, the bruised fruits, the oxygenated foods that are smelling very odd. We don't pay attention to home, but still we decorate our buildings to look good. In the same way, but at the end of the day, you have to come in your home. You cannot sleep on the wall, on a decorated wall. So Buddha says, if you don't keep your mind clean, then definitely it will do more mischief. If you sleep in the home with wastage, with bruised food, then definitely you will not going to sleep throughout the entire day. For that purpose, we have to clean the home that you are living in. If you don't clean your mind, then definitely it will destroy you. No, not a mother, not a father will do as much, nor any other relative. Well-directed mind will do us greater service. The Buddha says, not a mother, not a father will do as much, nor any other relatives. A well-directed mind will do a greater service. Suppose if I understand my mind, if I clean my mind from everything, then I'm benefiting myself. I'm the friend of myself. Neither mother is my amma is going to clean my mind, nor my father, nor my relatives. But only I can work on my mind to understand it. This is Buddha's third chapter thought. Now let me know, guys. Am I audible or not? Okay. Hmm. Guys, One person is watching. Okay. Now I will go to the fourth chapter, which is called flowers. Okay. I will continue this chapter by next week. Now I'm going to end this session now. Thank you guys for watching me. Mm, Thank you once again for coming to my life and liking my video. Only 2 likes are there. Any other there? Any person there? Any other person there? Okay. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching me. I hope it helped you a lot. Bye. Take care.